eat your pension?
Welcome on the show. My name is Temi Ajayi, and I've got Miss Greatness with me. How are you doing, Miss Greatness?
Good,
You're
good, good.
so
Thank you.
you're so in light. I wonder, is it? I don't know if it's my eyes or my glasses or something. Can you?
Yeah, I had to work on my lighting here. It was a bit blurry as well. So,
Well, as long
um,
as we can see you, that's what matters.
yes, yes, yes. No, I think I've done better. It's a bit dark on your side.
Yeah,
It's not the usual light that we normally have when you come on. So, but I
that's
can
good.
see you. I see your beautiful jewelry. I see your beautiful self,
Thank you.
glowing as always.
I
How
can
have you
see.
been?
Well, I've been good. I've
Yeah.
been good.
I haven't seen you this week since the party. Did you survive the party?
Oh, Liz, I saw you been posting that and I reposted it.
You
our
did?
dancing. Yeah, our dancing. I mean, Debbie is so worth everything. And for the people that might not know, a friend of hers turned 50, Debbie Obatoki. She's been on the show as well. And she's an amazing woman, and everything that everyone said about that woman, that's exactly what she is, really.
Wow.
It's crazy. She's kind of not social media person, but she will
Yeah.
come to my shop and she will live video in the shop and tell people, you need to go to Hout Food and buy food from. She will do this just for you, but she's not that type of person naturally. It's unbelievable. She'll go
Yeah.
any length. Let me tell you, typical thing that she did. We weren't able to talk on that. I mean, I spoke a little bit and prayed,
Yeah.
but I wish people can talk. I sent. It was Josephine actually. She was going to Ichuka, where she is. Ichuka, is that where she is? Yeah, well, she went
Yeah.
there. Exactly. And then I said, Debbie wanted something. Coincidentally, you're going. Can you deliver something for Debbie for me? And she took it. Guess what? Debbie rang me like dead night and like, oh, Pastor Timmy, that lady is coming. Does she know our area? And I said, Miljura. Does she know Miljura? And I said, no, she doesn't. She's coming for a contract. And she's like, oh, I need to go get her something so that she can settle. She's never met her. She doesn't even know she. So she can settle. And then she make my mind. My mind is being cake. No one does it. We do it. It's very hard. You got to peel the beans. It's a lot of process. So and she made that. She found that girl in the middle of the night to give her food to eat, and she's inviting us. I can't even talk more about Debbie, but she's an
Wow.
amazing woman. Even when we
Wow.
do intrepid women, she'll pay for herself. She'll pay for somebody else that might be struggling, and sometimes she might be struggled to even make it. And she said, "No, I donated that." Like she just gives like too much. Unbelievable. I love that girl so much. And I mean that's one of the things that brought this topic of today, party, party. But let's leave that as it may. I enjoy, and may Debbie, may you continue to shine for the glory
Yeah.
of God. May you live very, very long to see your children and grandchildren. In Jesus' name. Amen. And her husband. We should talk about Debbie when we get to our topic today about the husband. What a husband that was.
Yeah, sure.
No, no, they're very, very blessed. But we'll talk when we get there about the topic. But yeah, that's about the party. And few things have happened also in the course of the week.
Uh-huh.
I just have to be say, just relax and just Just be quiet.
Take
Someone
it
got
in.
take it in. Somebody got a car, and I love the car, but I'm catching myself. You see, am I being, it's all over this car as if it's never had a car before. Like, what is it? It's like, he said to me, I have not been driven in the past. I never drove. This is a car. So because it's too much about this car, I got tired and angry, I must say. I'm like, I can't be bothered. I don't want to drive the car. I don't care about the car. I really don't want to know. Because why are you behaving like a kid that's never driven a car before? What is it? Anyway. You know what? I'm gonna let me gist you this. Last year we went to test drive the car, right? So when we got there, they said you got 45 minutes or so, and so you take the car. And so my husband drove the car for like maybe 25 minutes, and I said, "Can I drive a little?" And then he says, "No, but I've only just started." Like, he really wasn't going to share this car with me. That's how bad it was. And I'm like, "Really?" And then he says, "No, let me drive a bit more." And then he kept on driving till about 10 more minutes to finish the 45 minutes. And then he says, "Come and drive." I said, "Nah, I can't be bothered. I'm not driving. It's okay. Just drive." And he just asked me, "Sure?" And I said, "I don't want to drive." And he said, "Oh, all right then." And then he kept driving. He's like, "Oh, I don't want you to drive anyway." Can you believe it? Will share anything, but this car is so, no, let it go. Forget about the car. But you're gonna see the car. I sent you the photo,
You did?
I sent you the video of the car.
Yes, you did. You did. The interior. Interior, yes. I could tell this is something different.
Yeah, well, he told me he's
Yeah.
never driven before. This is the first time he's driving a car. Imagine. So yeah, so that happened. I'm not angry anymore. I just thought, well, if you are going to be like this all over it, then enjoy it. I'm fine. I'm happy with my car. I'm actually really contented. So he said to me, "No, by the time you drive this car, you're gonna buy one." I said, "I'm not buying anything. I don't even have the money, so which I'm not buying, and I'm not letting you buy for me either. Keep your car." So that's where we are, Liz. It's crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? It was the Wyndham City Council Business Award night as well last night. You saw that. And Mega Lines has been sponsoring them now for about 4 years or so, back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've received quite a number of the award at Mega Lines. So they thought, enough of receiving, let us give back. So that
That's
was
right.
very, very good. So yeah, Mega Lines has been giving back and sponsoring businesses. Um, three categories was sponsored: the manufacturing, the not for profit, and what was the other one? Forgot the third one. I can't even thinking. Yeah, so the hospitality, so Holiday Inn and all them, the hotels. Yeah, so we got three categories sponsored, and it was good. So I've been busy.
Yeah. Good on you.
How
Good on
about
you.
you? How about your week?
Yeah, it has been a bit quiet. I really just went on resting and taking on a few readings that I'm doing, for something that's working on my mind that I still don't want to talk about, but
Okay,
a lot of reading up that needs to be done.
okay.
Remember, I was doing the envy, the psychology of envy for this month. So, I mean, for the month that ended. And I've got a few online stuff that just didn't go well. I don't know, for some reason my connection between um, Zoom and Facebook just doesn't work as it used to. I mean, I should say it's not as effortless as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I really need a lot of
Help.
what's the word? No, not help, but just coming on. beforehand, and trials that I need to do just to get
Yeah.
that transition right, because there's so much that you need to click, and it's really just not what it was before.
Wow.
So I've lost a few opportunities with
Oh,
the speakers that I had online. So, but otherwise, I personally did two, which was good. This
I
one
like
that's
it.
coming up, yeah. But yeah, this time around, I'm really coming on with something else that I'm working on as well, and I'm happy for the makeup that
Thank you.
that's
That
also
was,
taking shape. Thanks to Hout for all the promotions that are coming my way. Yeah, so if you really want to look, want to glam with the girls, yeah, talk to me.
I mean, your makeup is spot on. Very good. Everyone is like, what is that? Liz did it, believe it or not. So you are something. I think
Yeah,
your creativity is boundless. That's what I say. You could do anything.
yeah.
Amazing. Yesterday, when I went to the award night, people saw my hat, and do you know how many compliments I got? I told them I made this, but I've got a tutor. Don't worry. So a couple of the girls are like, we're going to the races. So there you go. We're going to the races and we're making the hats for everyone.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
My husband is like, what is this? No, it was amazing. The compliment was so much. So you're very
Wow.
talented. You're very, very gifted. And we know that that will make you to sit with the kings and the queens, I pray.
Amen.
Well,
Be it unto me.
well done. And I'm also interested in your topic, the what did you call jealous?
Which one?
Your topic, the one you
The
want to
psychology of envy?
envy, that envy, envy with it's a big topic, and I've been thinking about it, like maybe I don't have envy, so I'm trying to find out, maybe I do. Because there are good envies and there are bad
That's
envies.
correct. That's
you know
correct.
yeah,
It,
so
it, it operates on the same quantum, and it can go either way depending on how you feed it emotionally.
mm. But we've
Yeah,
been made to know that envy is a very bad, it's got bad connotations to it growing up. So when you hear the word envy, you run away. You don't even want it to know. I don't. And but there are good envies. You look up to someone, you envy them, but you don't try to put them down. You just pray to be them. And I like what you said is go to them and ask them, how are they doing it? What particularly do you want to glean from? Say that particular and walk through with humility to get it from them, and you will be rich.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
that's
So yeah.
that's the only way you can really get through it. Um, the good part of it is, when you admire, which is beautiful, you can admire somebody, um, and let it be. But
Yeah.
when you get it beyond, admiration, and you add that, bad emotional feel, that you don't really go for it, but it's something that comes up, within you, where you kind of don't want it for them,
That's a bad spirit.
you wish it was yours, and it can be a beautiful relationship they have. It can be, a beautiful skill the person has, and inside of you, you kind of feel that strong sense that I wish it was for me and not for her or for him or for them, that's when it becomes toxic. And you know what Heidi would say about toxic emotions? They eat on the inside, and that's the reason why I want to open this up, this topic up, so that we can talk about this silent disease, because we don't want to talk about envy.
Mm. Yeah.
We really don't want to talk about envy
No.
because of, as you rightly say, the bad connotation it has.
Mhm.
But envy is there among us, and particularly those of us who have come to this country with a suitcase.
Some three suitcases.
Yes,
Then Rachel came
we
with three
we
suitcases.
came here with a suitcase, and it's inevitable that we kind of look at each other in terms of how we progress, and that in itself brings about that thin line between how we admire versus how we envy. it's
You
it's
know,
it's there, and bringing it in the open will disarm it, and we will be free from it.
Liz, I think that topic is good because someone like me, I admire what you do. I don't have the spirit of covetousness. I never had it, never in my life, not even when I was 2 years old, never. But
Mm.
people like me too can miss out in that what I do is Liz is too gifted. She could do all these things with like that. I can't be bothered. Let her do it. Then I just give up. So that's not good either because then you don't even achieve, you don't get to your best self because you give up because somebody knows Liz is too good. I'll just let Liz do it and then I give up. So that's not good either. So that's why I think this topic is really good because you need to aspire and push yourself. It's only a gift. So go to Liz and let's Liz teach you this and be very patient but with yourself to learn something new and which you admire. Don't give up. You know, I give up too easily, which is not good. But anyway, let's go on a quick break and we'll be back. Welcome back on the show. We've just been chatting away, but we've actually got a topic that we got for today. And Heidi is not here. We miss Heidi. She'll be back tomorrow. She's coming back tomorrow. But she hasn't told us anything. She hasn't posted anything. Have you seen anything from Heidi yet? She's hibernating.
I think she wants to come and surprise us with all the. She's on holiday. Hello.
Hello. Let it be. Yeah. Well, safe trip, ID. Just missing you. That's all. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
today we were going to talk about our topic is actually not here either. Why do people dislike parties? But before we go there, we also want to talk about Serena Williams.
We want to pay tribute to our girl.
Tribute to our hero. She's one of our heroes. That girl is tough, really brilliant. I mean, the her and her sister, extremely hardworking. One thing I really like about them is the focus. They're just so focused. They don't
Mm.
listen to the flies of the lies of the enemy, whatever. People try to put them down, they masculine, they do this. There was a time they called them something evil, like bad stuff, which I'm not going to even repeat. But they just focus on their life and their God, by the way. These girls are rooted in God, Most High God. So I really admire her and all that. Amazing.
Yeah.
And I have an
She's.
incident. I don't know if I told you before. One time they came
Uh-huh.
to play in Australia. I don't know if I told you. They came to play in Australia and we went to watch them. My husband's
Is that
boss
the year she won? 2017.
she won 2017 exactly.
Yeah.
So my husband's ex-boss whatever bought a kiosk for us, like the VIP. I
Yeah.
was there and oh, that's another story. Don't let me go there. But anyway, at the end of the day, people were coming to me and say, Serena, can you autograph? I'm not kidding. I was autographing them. I'm so sorry. But the reason why I did it was I didn't want to disappoint them. They're like, my granddaughter will love it. I dream of seeing you one day. I always, they did. My husband was looking at me and like, what are you doing? So they were turning their back. I didn't even know Serena's signature. I didn't know. Um, so I was signing. My husband is like, what are you doing? I just want to make these people happy. But that's a topic. Is that wrong? God forgive me, but I really didn't want these people to be disappointed, and I did. So I said to my husband, bring the car. So he went and brought the car, and I jumped in the car, and then we ran off.
Wow. Wow.
I don't
Serena, we've got Serena right here under our nose and we didn't know it.
know. You're cheeky, poor. I mean, I don't know if it was wrong, but I truly didn't want to disappoint people because they were begging me, they were turning their back. They didn't even look at my face very well. And I don't know that we look that much alike, you know. But whoever that might have been, I'm so sorry. I don't know if I've, you know, forcefully, I don't know, forcefully impersonify Serena.
I don't know if you've done the wrong thing there. Honestly speaking, I think we need to look into that and discuss that.
Okay. I don't
I
know.
think we need to look into that and discuss that. Yeah, but there's something that Serena brought up that was becoming a topic of discussion for me,
Yeah.
when she was looking or discussing her, retirement.
Hmm.
It was a difficult topic for her, I could tell.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, it was a very, very difficult topic for her, and
Okay.
but which I rightly understand, because I mean, all her life was tennis. She grew up playing tennis. She says she picked her first racket when she was 3 years old,
I know. I know.
and that's all she knew how to do,
Hmm.
which she did, to the best of her ability, which got her to win like 23 Grand Slams.
It's crazy.
So it's not an easy topic for her to discuss, but in the in the light of us as human beings changing, and we've been talking about how much we change as human beings on this show. I like how Serena puts it. She says we don't retire.
Yeah.
She says we transition, we
Come on.
evolve into the
Yeah.
next phase of our lives. And
Yes.
I want to agree with that,
Yeah.
because I mean, I want to understand the logic and the psychology of retirement. And I'd admit maybe that's a man made term,
Mm.
because women don't retire, really, do we?
No, especially women. We have problem reti- relaxing because I think we're made for task. We're made to do. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
really. Whereas men are very departmental in their thinking. They think one thing, they go for one project, and that's all they do. And that's why they do
Mm-hmm.
it well. But women, we want to do this, do that. We do so much. At the same time, we're working, we're taking our children to work to breastfeed, we're going to
Yeah.
school, we're doing community projects, we're doing, religion, everything together. So then
Yeah.
retire. If you retire as a professional, you're going to retire to be a grandmother to start looking after your grandchildren. You're gonna you're gonna even go to your children when they marry to
Yeah.
their house to make sure they're looking after their husbands or their wives. It's crazy, women. Whereas that's not men's cup of tea. This week I went and visited a friend of mine who is
Mm-hmm.
85 years old. It's so cute. 85 years old. And she was a stenographer and she was a secretary. Now she's 85. Guess what she's doing? She's shredding papers. So she was telling me that she's so happy when they bring boxes of papers that needed to be shredded, and then she feel all the bins all shredded. She said, listen, this is exactly what she did. She said, listen, Temi, I am now a shredder. and I'm happy. 85 years old woman shredding
Yeah.
paper and she's happy. I don't see an 85-year-old man shredding paper and happy. They would rather
Yeah.
sit down and be reading their newspaper or watching the news at home, not shredding
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Women don't retire, but we evolve. It's
Yeah.
very true.
I
Very
agree. I agree. I want to read something that she said. She says, "Believe me, I never wanted to have to choose between tennis and family.
yeah.
I don't think it's fair. If I were a guy, I wouldn't be writing this because I'd be out there playing and winning while my wife was doing the physical labor of expanding our family.
Correct.
Maybe
Correct.
I'd be more of a Tom Bradley if I had that opportunity. Don't get me wrong, I love being a woman, and I loved every second of being pregnant with Olympia. So, here she is. She wants both family and
And
tennis. But
right.
because she's a woman, she's got to choose between these two passions of her life.
Yeah.
How tough is it?
Serena is very conscientious. They were brought up to have a heart. You know what I mean? Like kind-hearted. That's how they brought up. And because she's got one of the best husbands ever, and the
Yeah.
husband is happy to be a daddy's mommy, what do you call it? Daddy's baby or whatever. He's very
Yes, stay at home
domesticated.
dad.
Home dad. He looks after the baby. He does a lot of things like like come and suck my breast or something like that. Very good man. So Serena didn't have to do that, but I love that about her because she knows that my husband want to do it, but are you really meant to be doing this? I am a mother that I have that the blood in me to care, so I really should be there. So I really I love that Serena a lot. She didn't need to. And Gail affirmed it as well when she was presenting, Gail. And what's that guy also? I forgot his name. Forgot his name. When she was being honored anyway, Serena is more than we know. They are good bunch of good people. She didn't need to do that, but that's a courage. That's what I say. That is a courage, because stardom is not what anyone want to give up on. That's the height of anything that everybody wants in life. Once you tasted it, you don't want to stop it. But she's got the guts, the courage to be able to say, you know what, I can call it off and
Yeah,
focus on what really, really matter to
yeah,
me. And she said, my family are my God. Did you hear that? She said, my family and
yeah,
my God.
yeah.
How
Yes,
beautiful.
I
And I
did hear
also
that.
believe that she's built a tennis court with her sister, maybe both of them also building it together so that they can train the next
Yeah.
Serena uh, Williams bunch or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I really, it's commendable in terms of what she did as she exits the court, which is not, a final exit. She's evolving into a place of giving back
Giving.
from, who and what she is. Like you're saying, she's building a court. She's gonna train, a lot of other girls. I think she's really done a lot for the women of color on the court.
I
um,
know.
the, the girls that are coming up now, like Naomi Osaka and so many other girls of color, are girls that were born and watched Serena when they opened their eyes on the
I
screen.
know.
You
I
know
know.
what I mean? So
Yeah,
representation really matters to us. And it's when we are represented at certain levels that it opens our eyes to see that, this is where I can also be,
do it.
And that's what she has done for many girls. But there are so many girls, even though they see that, who also don't have the means to get there. And now she's stepping back into that place where
Yeah.
she now, provides the means.
I
for the
don't.
other girls to also be
And she
there. I mean, it
will.
doesn't get better than that, does it?
And she will. So she said, I'm still here. Wherever you see me, I still want you to, to support me. I mean, we can keep talking. It's funny, the Osaka girl said, I don't want to beat Serena. And the last time she played, she was crying to have even,
Yeah.
I don't want to be beat my hero. And I mean, Serena, we love you. And you've done really well, you and your sister. You've done an amazing, and we salute
Yes.
you. We salute
Yes.
you.
Yes.
We'll see
I'm
her.
watching her, the final games that she's playing now, currently underway in the US Open. So I'm looking into that to see how it goes.
She's
It's
winning.
beautiful. Yeah, she's
She's won.
winning. The that they played a double yesterday, was it? Which was beautiful. Although they lost the double, but the first game that she played, she won. I think she's on tonight again. So
Did she play the double with her sister?
with her sister.
Yeah, that's right, with her sister.
Yeah, it was a ceremonial game. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, so every woman that is doing amazing things out there, we salute you. Keep
Yeah,
doing it, and then when you get to a stage that you have to replicate yourself, you do that, and then
yeah.
life goes on, even when you're not there. Let's go on a quick break, and we'll be back. Welcome back on the show. Welcome, welcome. And I often forget to remind people not to be lazy, to subscribe to our page. This is not how people say it.
Yes.
People say like, please subscribe to us, like, press the like button and press the bell. That's what I should be doing, right? Okay, please.
Well, if people really realize, the content that we put out here, yeah, there's going to be a time where we won't have to please. It's just going to be, a go-to page for people to watch for their development, to just come and pick up a few nuggets to just clear their blind spots and have direction in terms of where they're going to. So I love our page.
I do too, Sometimes I go back to our page and not I mean every time I always have to go back, and when instead of watching something I watch us and I'm like, who is this girl?
Yeah,
Yes, you are amazing. I'm screaming, I'm on my own, and it's yeah, no, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the wisdom that you, ID, and some of our guests or all of our guests also bring to the show.
yeah,
Amazing. I mean, it fits me, and I'm really grateful. I learn, I keep learning, I keep evolving. Even with that, I pick things up. I'm like, what did she just say? That amazing. No, really proud. Thank God for that. Let's talk about
beautiful.
today's topic. Why do some people dislike parties? I know because this has been coming over and over and over. I
Mm-hmm.
I remember like 3 years or 4 years just before the COVID. I said to Bolanle, Bolanle Ayeni, I'm like, Bolanle, this year, I'm not going to go to any party at all. I don't know what went. And Bolanle's like, no, mommy, you have to go to party. I said, I'm tired. I've done so many parties in my life. Now I'm tired. So I start to review the essence of parties and how we're doing parties. From where we come from, we do parties. We meet somebody on the road. We say, come, all of you come. Do you have dog? Bring them. Any cat in your house? Bring them. And these days, our children, the youth or the younger ones, they will do party and they will invite only their few friends and the people they know. And they want us as parents, don't you bring all your friends, only the ones that I know, or the capacity for my venue, it's only this much. And then we get upset. We don't get it. Like, okay, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna go do another party of my own. But this is your child's wedding. Then you go and do your own as if you're the one doing wedding because you want to bring all your friends. So I've got to the stage that I want to start now to chat to people. What is the motive? I chatted to one person that brought me to the light that, in Nigeria, where we come from, when we do party, we invite people because we get gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that. But then you may think you're getting gifts, but then you're going to feed them. You're going to give them gifts too. So the more people you invite, the more money you are going to spend for your party. So what gift are you really getting? So this is just an illusion of thought that we thought that we invite people, you get gifts. It never occurred to me at all, truthfully. Because when I got married is when I started this. When I got married, 90, some years back now, whatever. I told my friends and my colleagues from Lagos, don't come to my wedding because the road to my village is not good. Some of my friends, they live in Ireland, they've never been to mainland, or they only know one place, like I only know Allen or I only know Yaba.
Yeah.
They don't know Lagos at all. And I know
Mm-hmm.
because some of them wants to come and visit me in my house, I have to go and pick them and drive them to my house because they can't locate my house in Lagos. This is still Lagos. But to now
Yeah.
tell them to drive, Liz, to drive 4 hours to because of wedding, I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. We can always do party when I come to Lagos. However, they came in troops. They came with buses. All my directors, all my CEO, everybody came for my. But then I was worried. And in my village there was no hotel to lodge them, so they need to go to the next suburb to go for a hotel. And I felt like you don't need to go through all this stress. It's fine. It's only a wedding. And everybody was telling me off that, do you understand what you're doing? Wedding is big thing. Da, 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 da. I didn't know. I'm really more concerned about the people and their welfare. I truly don't want them to go through. So I've always been like this. I said the story to put uh a basis down. So why do you invite so many people? I want to try and still not invite people, but then I feel so guilty if I do party and I don't invite all everybody. I feel really guilty. I don't know, Liz, if you actually have an idea of what I'm saying. If you do that in Namibia as well, is it the same story or is it different?
You know, I think parties have evolved as well. It's really not who you know, but who is close to the event that you want to do. Because, um, like you know me, but there are certain events that you may have, you know, which will not warrant my presence.
Right.
So you will invite the people to whom that event would make sense to. Because I mean, yes, I know Liz, but this is not gonna. It's not close to her.
It's not a thing.
For the friendship that we share, that's
Mhm.
that's not the area in which our friendship transcends into. You
Mhm.
know, so
Mhm.
you invite the people to whom this that party is close to. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm really making sense in
No,
that
you're
regard.
not. I
and
get
and,
it.
and, and that's how people are being selected, but in the process there is a perception on the other side, on the part of the people that whom you are leaving out.
Hmm.
Because sometimes some friendships don't have borders, that are set. and
Okay.
and because of that, there are expectations, and there are disappointments. I may sit out there and think the two of us are, all weather friends. So whatever party you've got going, I'm number one on the list.
Yeah.
And not being invited by Temi, would it
Yeah.
mean, wow, how dare she? You know what I mean? It can bring some bad vibes between us. That's a topic for another day. But what I'm trying to say is, the way you create your list for your invitees are very, very specific to the event. And not everybody cuts the grade for the party that you invite people to. Like if it's your daughter's wedding, really, and it's really sad that our children are telling us today, you only have a table for 10. I
Yeah.
mean, who table for 10 is just you and, your sister, and you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
people who even helped you brought hair up. That's you're not even going to the friends yet. You're just
Yeah.
going to, the immediate family
Oh.
members.
Mm-hmm.
Who So they're really restricting us in terms of celebrating, our own success by having raised the honorable person who is even getting married today.
Yeah.
They're really limiting us, and I think that really also needs to be spoken about. We
Exactly.
don't deserve a table for 10.
Mhm.
We deserve a table for 100.
It's no, you're right, Liz, and I think we need to also educate our children that in as much as you want this X number of people, 10 is too few. We need, like you said, some of these aunties are part of, or uncles are part of the people that raised you up and
Yes.
for growth or growing up. So it would be so sad to give us 10. And this topic is actually a big one because if you now say, I'm going to do a party and invite all my friends to do my own thing, they get upset too. They're like, oh, now you're taking over my party. It's not your party. Now you want to take over and you take this show from me. So it's crazy. So my friends now, we're not taking the show from you. They don't even care about you this time. We're just celebrating, thanking God.
Exactly.
But it's an offense if the children got to know that you do a party outside of their own party for their wedding, you are in trouble. So this
You
needs
know
to be.
what I've observed they do these days in Namibia is, the parents don't go to they go to the main event for a few minutes, just for the entrance and the introductions and all that, and once that is over, they've got their due at home. So
Yeah.
everybody goes home, in terms of their friends and all that, and they, put up all that
Yeah.
party vibe at home.
Mm.
Because already as it is, there's a lot of cooking and eating happening at home as well. So
Yeah.
the parents really just invite, their friends and people to the house, and they keep going with the party at home. That's also the one way of doing it. So it's not outside the party, but same thing, same house. You just entertain everybody who is coming home, but in an orderly manner. That's the trend that I'm observing that's going on in Namibia. But honestly, this thing of you've got a table for 10, that's
It's not a
table for
thing.
10. It's actually a table for 8, because you already,
You and
husband
your
and the wife, and God forbid, there's a third party or a fourth party in the relationship, because you could be a child of a different husband and he also may have gotten married. So there's 4 people already. So you've got a table for 6.
That's right. So you got it, not 10. You're right. You're very, and I think it's a good thing to talk about. We should have a show on that one day. But let's go on a quick break and then we talk. Do you dislike parties? Do you like parties? How are you defined? We'll go on a quick break and we'll be back. Welcome back on the show. We're still talking about the main topic of the day, which is why do people dislike parties? And I think that is a bit too sharp, or um, people. I don't know if people dislike parties, but in my case, the story I said before about not wanting to go to parties, it's not that I dislike parties. It's just that I'm reviewing the whole party thing, that sometimes you go to a party and the party, the celebrant doesn't even know if you're there or you're not there. So when you go to a party, are you there just to fill the party? Just to fill, make the number or make the room full? So that's what I'm thinking now. Like if you want me to do something, like, okay, tell me, I want you to help me to set the table, make sure the decor is good, then I've got responsibility. And if you want me to really be there, I think you will recognize that I'm there. So if you have 200 of us, how do you care about who is there or is not? Sometimes you go around the table and say, thank you for coming, thank you for coming. I know. Do you really care if I don't come? Because this might sound weird, but to dress up for party, maybe it's old age, I don't know. It's becoming something for me. It's a big task. My mirror doesn't see clearly. Sometimes I'm hot, and then my husband put the heater on when the AC is supposed to be on, and I'm dressing and I'm stressing. And especially if we have to go, we're running out of time and then we're fighting for somebody's party. It's like, honey, can we go? Because they said 3 o'clock. And then he says, oh, I need to have my conflicts. What? You need to go starving? You can't eat. It's 3 o'clock. We're late. So we go through all these. Oh my gosh. Because we are going to a party that no one even cares if you're there or not. So this has been my issues, number one. And also to pick the clothes. Maybe if I'm rich, if I've got someone to do my wardrobe, maybe it will be a different tone that I'm bringing. But the fact that I have to, is this skirt? Is this top? Oh my gosh. When I could sit down be reading the piles of books that I haven't read, I'm stressing to get clothes. Please help me out. Am I making sense, or do I have a problem here?
You see, going for a party changes as we, evolve.
Repeat that, say that again.
Going to party changes as we evolve.
Okay.
Um, Being younger, it was easy because even the kind of clothes that we would be wearing for a party, um, it wasn't that demanding. I don't know about the girls these days, but for us, it wasn't really, how you look for a party wasn't the issue back then when we were younger.
Yeah,
It was
nobody
about
cares.
you arriving there and, dancing it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Correct. Okay.
We were not about the look and feel, we needed not to sit down with, lines that we draw and, contours that we have. We were not about that. If you have Johnson and Johnson powder, you've
Powder.
you've got you've got Vaseline on your lips,
Yeah. You go.
and you've got, I mean, the only thing that was there was a black lip liner. It was not even an eyeliner. Lip
It's a
liner,
lip.
black lip
Yeah.
liner. So you have your Vaseline and you've got your black thingy on your
Okay.
lips, which most of the times could even have been a charcoal.
A charcoal. It's Vaseline. Come on.
Yes, and then you've got your Vaseline on top of your charcoal. I tell you, you are done.
That's
And
right.
you put your, what is it? Jumpsuit.
Overall.
Yeah, the overall thingy. We had lots of jeans that were, overalls back
Yeah.
then. If you've got that and you've got your um like a chain, like a belt. Ah,
Yeah. Oh, you are even advanced. We have the leather belt, not the chain one. Chain one
so
is tough.
yeah, it really was effortless. So I think if we compare that to maybe what the girls are doing, because honestly speaking, all the contouring and all that, for the girls, it's a lot demanding. And that's the kind of demand that is also placed on us right now. And with all the responsibilities that we have to run through during the day, you need almost the whole morning to prepare for your party in the afternoon so that you are equally relaxed mentally to get ready. But make it a therapeutic event.
Mhm.
You getting ready should be
It's true.
therapeutic. You don't want to
No
rush.
stress. Exactly.
Yes, you don't want to rush because preparing yourself is a beautiful thing. You want to feel that moment
Yeah.
of getting ready for something and going there and sitting and relaxing, enjoying the union with the other people that are together with you. And against that background, I want to agree with you saying you want to be at a place where your presence is recognized.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a number. That's when we were growing up.
Yeah.
There were many people.
Yeah.
We are
It's
not at that place of the many people anymore.
true.
We want to be at a place where there are 10 tables and we know who is this, who is that, who is the other. Or even if you don't know who is this and who is that, at least your presence there means something
Yeah.
to the people on the table, the people on the next table, and so on. Even if you don't have to know the entire 10 tables or 15 tables.
Yeah.
But I absolutely agree with what you say. For you to be there and you are just a number, it doesn't add value anymore.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Especially when you have quite a lot. And that's why when I go to a party, you see me say, you go, because I'm saying the truth, that I wish you knew what I left behind to come here. I wish you knew. And how I got here. Like, I might not have even slept all night, but I have to be here. It's because you're important to me. And that's why I
Mm.
came. One of the guys, a very, very good friend of ours, he might not even know how much I really value this guy. Such a good man, such a good man. Did his birthday party, but it was up on the Facebook. Everyone is coming, I presume. So I'm like, this guy is never going to know that I'm not there. He will never care because he's probably going to have 500 people there. Like, so really, I could spend time with him and I still have his gift. This has been like 4 or 5 months, whatever. His special gifts, I want to go to his house and have a cup of tea with him and pray with him and give him the gifts. I think that is going to be good. But anyway, he came to me once and I said to him after his birthday, and I said, I heard your birthday was bad, like too good, but I want to come and spend time with you and just, quality time. I really am happy for you. La, la, la. And I said, you're never going to know who comes or who don't come. You know what he says? Not you. I knew you went there. Oh, I felt so bad. He says, no, you went there. I would have known. And so you are not that. And I feel so bad. But truly, that's what I was thinking because it was open on Facebook and everybody loves this guy. Like, he's just lover of the whole everybody community. So I didn't
Mm.
know. So I thought you would not know, but he knew, and I felt bad. But I'm still gonna find time and spend time with him, and then I apologize. So those are the kind of things, when you were doing Tessie's makeup when she was going to the party. You
Yeah.
were doing the makeup. She was doing this all the time. You see, hi, have you gone? All through the makeup, she's like, no, you don't need to do that. That's fine. Make no, don't
Yeah.
do that. You know what I mean? Like, she was so restless. She was
Yeah.
at, but it was a deserving course because that woman deserves it, and she was
Yeah.
trying to help. But
Yeah.
imagine if she goes to that party and no one cares that you're even there. And, but why do you have to go through that amount of stress? Also,
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
food? And that our food too, some of us are even overweight, so we need to reduce the amount of food we eat. So, and some of us go to party and we can't help ourselves. We're like, let's eat. And now I have another problem too. I don't know. When I go to party, most times I'm full. I don't want to eat, and I want to taste the food. Greedy. I want to taste the food. It looks good, but I can't eat because I'm already tensed, and I wish I could take my food home. And that's a bad manners, I think. But I know that some people do it, but I feel maybe it's a bad manners. But I was told that in England, everybody needs to take food away. This is a norm. If you do a party and there's no takeaway food plates there, you haven't done any party in England. It's a thing. But in Australia, I feel like I'm a thief wanting to take food home. Even if,
I think we need to make that a topic.
do you think so?
I think so. That's
Taking
a big, big topic.
Or is it taking food homes? All right. Because I have a lot of issues as around that, and I don't know what it is. But so let's just run the top the show up on that, since you said that's a new topic. It's not about going to the party for me, it's about the pressure that you have to go through before you get yourself up. And you rightly said, Liz, because we're involved in so many things. Like, you know, after the show, now I've got the Tendai, and it's 2 to 5, and I have to drive 1 hour back, and then there's African celebration, and I have, like it just goes. And these are the things that you can't really put off because it's kingdom thing that you're doing. So all these things work together. Instead of now having to dress up for party and running around, I'd rather go and do my father's business when no one cares about it. But this is just it for
Yeah.
me, and I'm glad that you agreed with me that it's not worth it if you're not really valuable at the party, if your presence does not translate to anything really meaningful. And so I would like to hear from people when they invite people to their parties, what are they trying to achieve? Because I think it's good for us to learn and keep learning. And sometimes we do things unconsciously. We do things without knowing why we do what we do. We just do it because everyone is doing it. Will I
Mm.
invite Liz to a party that is not going to be beneficial to Liz? Or will I invite Liz to a party because I know Liz is going to enjoy it and it means something to Liz? Why do we do that? But yeah, be good to hear.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tammy. This was really beautiful, and I think the main purpose. No, let me not put it the main. One of the purposes for parties and why we invite people here, particularly in Australia, I think it's more a networking platform. Because like when we were back home, it was easy to be selective in terms of where you want to be and not because we're already connected. But I
Mhm.
think we also need to be cognizant of the fact that we are in the process of making inroads in this country.
Right.
And it's a supportive, I don't want to call it a platform, but a supportive, a considerate gesture
Yeah.
from a friend to a friend to say, I'm going to a party, this level of party, this level of people. And you look at your friends, okay, among my friends, I've got Liz, I've got Heidi, who's going to benefit from this level of connection at this stage.
Right.
So you say, okay, as much as maybe I don't have direct connection with the people, with the purpose of that, but networking at that level will eventually trickle down to some sort of a value to me at the end of the day. And that's your consideration to say, okay, because of
Right.
that, I'm gonna bring Liz along to this place, you know. And that's a consideration that I really appreciate from friends, and that I want to give credit to all the other people who are, you know, taking people along to different events and parties because of the value that it can also add to you as a person. So I think we need to take note of that, and not only,
That's
you
good.
know, cut it blind and say, if you don't add value, you know, what's the point? But there is a point when it comes to networking as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That's been awesome. And that's where we're going to stop today. Until next week, you wait for another thought provoking topic. We see you then. Bye bye for now.
Goodbye.
Bye.